From Ford Video Guys Studio in Salina, Kansas, it's Law McArthur Live with Tim Parks and Sarah Davis. For all the information on ordering and production, Ford news, recalls, debunking all the fake news on social media, and whatever's on their mind, here's your host, Tim and Sarah. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Got a new intro.
Yes.
What do you guys think of that? Thanks to Niles, and I don't know if you guys saw the cameo appearance in there by our one and only moderator. Well, not our only moderator, but our first moderator, oldest member, Ridgeview. Did you guys see him in there behind the Maverick?
Yep.
There you go. And he's here.
Should I go get him?
He's in the house. Yeah, let's go get him. We'll get him because it's a little delay. So to him, he hasn't heard us talk about this yet. So, by the way, curious, did you guys hear the voice, me recording it over about all the wording? I don't know if you guys did or not, but anyway, there we go. Reminds me of Saturday Night Live. That was the goal. That was the goal, Jack. All right. Here he comes. You kind of got to get over here by Sarah. There we go. There's, you got to duck a little because there you go. There's our ridge view. How's it going? You kind of got to talk to the mic because those mics are really good. You don't hear anything.
Hey, folks. How you doing?
There you go. There's our moderator here. And, of course, we do also have another moderator, Niles, who did put together that drone footage on that. Well, driving that inside, that is crazy. So great job there. So did you see the intro?
I did.
Did you?
I really liked it.
Could you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Over? Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because I tried it because that was actually I recorded the voice part right here, right now. So
good job.
We're going to do it on cue each week, I think, unless I decide to make it. But there we go. A lot of fun. So Ridgeview took delivery of his 24 Maverick Sunday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Featured in that intro.
Yes, it was featured in there in the Azure Gray.
Yeah.
And it's actually beside the Bronco, which is Area 51, by the way, which is a color of your old Bronco, your old Maverick. So anyway, so he's got a nice Lariat hybrid when he went to Eisenhower Museum today, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fun doing that. So
great.
And joining us for the live stream. So he'll be in the showroom with us, but he'll be in the chat with you guys to keep you guys in track and keep you in line. Crack the whip.
Yep. I'll be at Sarah's desk.
All right. He's hanging out at Sarah's desk. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So let's see. Yeah. So it's a kind of fun little day and little intro and everything. And been busy week. So, all right. So let's see what else. What's everybody been doing? What's all going on? Well, Sunday, I know what we were doing. We were here.
Yeah.
Recording that clip.
Yeah.
Hard at work on a Sunday. It actually worked out really good because kind of came up with that idea because Niles was flying that around in here practicing because he's going to do a drone shot in our service department. And he was flying around here. I said, I got an idea. This would be kind of fun.
He actually offered up the idea, and you said, I have a better idea. So it was Niles from the start.
Yes, it was Niles from the start. So all credit due to him. So anyway,
But you came up with the one of transitioning through the doors and coming in.
Yeah, we actually were going to fly through the doors, and I thought, you know what? I don't want you to have to try to maneuver that. But we so then we just went from the inside around like you saw. So yeah, pretty cool. So those are actually two separate shots. So all right. A lot of fun. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll have that go our live stream intro each week, though. So if you liked it, let us know.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully you guys liked it because I know Niles and we worked pretty hard on that.
Yeah.
So figuring that out and everything. It was a lot of fun, though, too.
Got cleaned up that day.
Yeah. So a lot of fun. Anyway, so let's see what's up. Of course, you saw later we're going to talk about the Kentucky truck plant possible strike. We'll talk about that. And I referenced two articles. They're in the description. Give due where due is credit or where credit is due, whatever. Learn that in high school. Never plagiarize. So the articles that we're going to actually reference are down in the description of this from Ford Authority. So got those from there. So there could be a strike. So we're going to talk about that later. And we're going to talk about some Bronco stuff later. And of course, I always follow Town and Country TC Customs now. And so they mentioned some things that I want to say whether it's going to be true or not in there. And one thing we really don't know, but something we do know, because we have some Broncos on our lot that we can take in reference to and see. So we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of those things.
Is that in reference to what we talked about on Friday?
Is it? Yes.
Okay.
I got pictures. See,
Oh, yeah.
I got pictures. All right.
Again, this
We'll
is
cover
for
that.
me totally unscripted. He has an agenda, and I do not. We do not go over what we're talking
I gotta
about
keep you
beforehand.
surprised.
Sometimes he tells me what's going on beforehand. Sometimes, most of the time, we don't go over it. So
Yeah.
again, I'm completely unscripted over here.
And I see Michael's in the chat. He's one of our members. We'll talk. We'll introduce members later, but we actually might look yours up because I didn't get a chance, Michael, to look that.
I did.
Did you? Did you
Mhm.
get him emailed back?
I did not get him
So
emailed
maybe
back.
if you know the answer, we'll talk about it.
Although I think MJ was going to reach out about shipping expectations because you were asking about shipping expectations. So I was going to have MJ go over that with you.
On getting it here.
Well,
'cause
no,
the
getting
ETA
it
changed.
here and then
Oh.
ETA for shipping it from here to him.
I see. Okay. All right. What else is going on? I don't know. A lot of stuff going on. Explorer, I know, said they're going to get some videos on Explorer this week, but my photographer got COVID this week or
Yeah.
last week, so we were down a person, and so that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And he's also the one that does the thumbnails for me, so
Yeah. So we've been 3
So-
weeks of weirdness.
So one of those videos
You
went
gone.
live yesterday. So we had a Maverick Monday video that I had a lot of fun shooting. And if you remember, that looked a very similar format to what I do for the member lives. So if you're not a member and you watch that video, that's kind of what a lot walk is for all of our members that get every Saturday. But that's just the Mavericks. We actually cover a lot more than that. Anyway, it's an hour long lot walk usually.
Mhm.
But anyway, so if you guys watch that and like that, I haven't looked at the comments on that video, so which is
Yeah.
kind of scary sometimes if I don't, because you never know if I did something wrong or there's no audio somewhere. I'm like, because some of those steps, if I record lots of it, I'm like, it should be good. I just go on and
Yeah.
editing. Anyway, so I hope you guys did enjoy that. And then also the Explorer Active. We talked about it last week, right? We talked about it
Mhm.
here last week with the members, how well equipped the Explorer is. And the next one we're going to do for Wednesday, should get it recorded tomorrow and go live Wednesday on the ST line is even the best value, I think, of all the Explorers. If you're okay with the black accents and such, because you can get like platinum type of equipment without having to go up to the platinum price. Just by adding a $2,700 package to the ST line. So anyway, I think that's a hidden gem that a lot of people aren't going to know about. So anyway, so we'll be doing those videos. Hopefully those will go live this week. And then also an F-150 trimmer video that also we'll get that going as well. So,
All right.
all right, let's see what else. Guess we can talk about membership.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Smash the like button. But also, if you want to become a member,
Yes. If you like to become a member, it's that join button right there by that subscribe button. When you click on that, it's going to give you all the benefits you'll receive as a member. If you're an iPhone user, you have to do things differently. You have to go up to the link up there, hit the big A and little a, and request desktop browser. At that point, you should be able to see it. Once you become a member, all of your member content will be under community and membership, and actually now on the main page.
on the main page. Yep.
As a member, we do member content that's specifically for members. A live stream on Friday and a walk lot most Saturdays, sometimes not always accomplishable. We also have badges. So in the chat, as you're going through, you'll see that everyone has all of our members have badges, and you earn a different color as you hit milestones for length of membership. What else do they get? New member packet.
They get to see videos early.
Oh, that's what I remembered.
And if they
but
comment
forgot.
while they watch it before it goes live to everybody else, it shows up as a member comment.
Yes.
which is kind of cool.
Yes. So while you can only see it as a member, if you comment, then when it goes live for everyone, yours shows up as a member comment, and
Yep.
it's a little bit different than your regular comments.
Yeah, and so usually at least 30 minutes, if not longer, ahead of time, that you'll see that video for members. So there you go.
Yeah.
So, depending on if I'm in a crunch, if I, like last night, I wanted that video to go live at 6 p.m. I had it ready at 6, but instead of just going live, I'm like, nope, members get it first. So I had it go live at 6:30. Members got to see it at 6.
Yep.
So.
And then you also get a new member packet. And we've had a couple of members sign up, but no one reached out to me. So remember, if you sign up for membership, you get a new member packet with some 4 Video Guy swag in it. So reach out to me with my email, and I'll get one to you.
Yep. All right. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, so speaking of that, let's chat. Let's do some member shout outs.
Yes.
Another perk you get. So a lot of perks you get for $5. You get a lot of stuff, folks.
Yep.
I'm a salesperson. Can you tell? All right. Ready?
All right. We're going to start off with a brand new member, Steve Young.
Oh, yeah.
He
The
just
quarterback. Are you the quarterback? Wasn't that Steve Young?
I don't know.
Quarterback for the 49ers for the years?
I don't watch football.
Wouldn't that be awesome? That is. Okay. I would be the most famous person in here. It'd be him.
I mean, famous.
Definitely not the most talented either.
Famous status is all about the people you're with.
That's right. All right.
Mab Sims says, hello. We have Randy Akers, who was here picking up his Super Duty. He is already back in Colorado.
All right. We actually talked to us about a couple trails and some places to go. So thank you for that input as well.
Yep. I plan to go to Colorado for vacation. So I was asking about weather conditions in May, early June. We have Ghost Stang. Good evening, all. Steve P. from Phoenix, 79 degrees, and the top is off the Bronco. Good evening, everyone.
I did the same today. Dropped that top back. Well, I have a soft top, so it was real easy.
Yeah. Brian Foster, hello from Drenched again, Southern California.
Oh.
Isn't that good as we're heading into fire season? I don't know. I know not all of California.
Did you see where Death Valley had water and it's now a pond?
Yes.
It's like a big.
From Mike Levine.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, hey everyone. We have Brandon Jones, howdy, and howdy the rest of the chat. We have Vols, the pregame tailgate chat room is going full tilt this evening. It was. Usually I get in there at like 6:30 and there's not too many people, but tonight it was going strong.
Yep.
We have Roy Pass. Hello, LM crew back from the Florida Panhandle. We have Jack Evans. Hello, Long Mac crew. Happy Tuesday. Niles Gridley, who is our second moderator who did the drone footage for us. He's also our in-house aftermarket specialist on the live stream. So if you have any aftermarket questions, drop it in the chat and he can help you out. We have Mid-Coast Maine. Happy Tuesday, Ridgeview, and everyone from the Maine coast. ML Culpepper. I guess we won't get any shout outs from Ridgeview. Now he likes to be in the chat, hang out.
Yep. Got to keep most of you in line, especially you, ML Culpepper.
Mo Rich Man 300. Hello. Michael Orth. Cheese. We have Brandon Ergy here too. Mark Meyer, long time no see. How is your Maverick doing? He didn't pick up his. Huh?
Mine?
No, Mark. He got a Maverick not too long ago. Remember they came and picked it up?
Yes, I remember.
Yep. We have Gerwalt. Let's see if anyone came in.
Steve Young did say I think he said he's younger, much younger. So he's the younger Steve Young.
He says, got a lot of that when the QB and I were both much younger.
Oh, when they're both much younger.
All right. I think that's all the members I had pulled aside. So sorry if I did not get you. I hop in a little bit later so I don't get everyone tagged sometimes.
All right. Cool. Always love to get a shout out to our members that are here, and those that come in later. Welcome. All right. Let's see what else. Recent videos, channels. Don't forget about the channels we support down below in the description. We have those down there. Johnny's Car Care Reviews. Of course, didn't get a chance to watch his video on Sunday. After getting back, I had a couple things I had to do in the evening, but it didn't get to that. But check out his video. He goes live on Sunday nights, which is pretty awesome. And then, so check his out. And he's from Canada. So, and then we do have RagnerCon. Actually, he just popped in here, reminded me. He's one of our members, and he's got a great channel as well. He does a lot of fun, cool mods and such, which I got to get some videos recorded. I got some stuff to add to the Bronco, and it was a nice day on Sunday, and so I didn't get to add anything, but we got to get some stuff going on. We also have Ali Dubois, who is on All Terrain Nation, as well as All Terrain Nation. Their links are down in the description as well. There's also Outdoorsman. He's got a channel, and as well as one of our other members as well. It's down there. So a lot of people check out those links. The Bronco Nation is down there as well, which they're not doing live streams anymore, but you can check out their content because they're always putting some cool stuff out there.
Yeah, we
check them out on like Instagram.
Yeah,
that's where.
Yeah, we got a few members popping in now.
All right, more members.
Henry Stoyer sliding in for a Super Duty update. And RagnerCon's comment was, "Don't forget me" for the member shout outs.
Oh.
But yes, we also shout out your
Can't
channel.
forget you. Vols44 as well.
Yep.
So there you go.
He's giving directions on how to change the clock in the Maverick.
Ah. I thought I had that in the video. I don't know. So I do have some videos on the Maverick on how to work everything, but I don't think I went into specifics on how to change the clock.
Craig is
and
here.
Such like that. But there you go.
Man.
All right. I've got a lot of people here. Okay.
Lots
well,
of
let's
members.
move on. Do you have a good dealer moment?
I do. I didn't, but then I do.
Are you keeping that up for Brian?
I am.
All right.
We weren't getting a bunch of people submitting lately, so I went in there and I nudged them, and we got a couple of submissions. So we have Kent, this is a dealership in Kent, Washington. Bowen Scarf Ford, and the salesman is Daniel Montgomery. First deposit $100, refundable at MSRP for hybrid was August 22. The reordered 723 and finally received 127.24. Daniel was patient through all my questions about the order and process. Bowen's Scarf was true to their word, MSRP and lifetime powertrain warranty. Also, no problem, honored price match and other program incentive. No hard sell on extended warranty or service by finance. Highly recommend. There you go. Cool. If you are in the Kent, Washington area, Bowen Scarf Ford is a good dealer to go visit. And ask for Daniel Montgomery and say, I watch the YouTube channel.
There you go. All right. So had to add that there. All right, we're about ready for scheduling information and everything, and go over that. Do we have any? Of course, don't forget, if you have any questions, to tag at Sarah Davis. And I actually just took that down how to spell that, but with an H. And she'll go ahead and make sure we get those questions. If it's or in reference to scheduling, especially, you might put scheduling question or something in there, so we can we'll answer those right after scheduling information. And before moving on, if it's about something else we're going to talk about later, then we'll answer that later in the live stream. So don't forget about that. And there you go. All right. That good? Any other reminders?
No.
We're getting to that.
I think so.
Take a sip of my sippy.
If I do not answer your question in the chat, or you don't think I've received it, check in with me. Usually Ridgeview goes, "Hey, did you see this question?" What I'm doing is I'm pulling those chats aside until he is done talking, and then we answer them if they pertain to our topic. If they do not, I pull them aside for later, either for the Q&A or for when they pertain to a topic we are discussing.
All right. I guess we're ready.
Yep.
Okay. Welcome to this week's scheduling here. And of course, we're going to go over all the different models, and this is in reference to what's scheduling for this week only. We do have some notes for what Ford's goal is for the month, and I'll highlight those when we talk about them, but this is for this week's scheduling alone. I think it's about the second week of allocations for most dealers, and so some dealers still have allocations to be used, and I know most of last week's scheduling was retail only, and we're going to talk about that. So first, let's get into our terminology here so we don't miss anything. All right. So first off, order bank. So an order is placed, whether it be a stock or retail order, in the order bank. Ford's order bank, we call it Webdo. So we put all those orders in there. A customer placed order, a retail order is a customer placed order. So it means you're placing that order because you're planning to take that when it comes in. So it's ordered specifically for you with the options that you want. Stock orders are orders placed by the dealer for stock or lot inventory. And a lot of times dealers will order those specific ways because they know what customers are kind of wanting, and know they're the quick turn. They're the ones that customers want, and they'll sell fast. Priority code. That's a priority a dealer is giving to the orders. Anywhere from, it's changed now, 03 to 19 is a retail order, that customer placed order. 20 to 80 is a stock order. Lower the better. It's kind of like golf. So you want to have a low number. So all retail orders are always going to be looked at first. And if you have even an 03, it's going to be looked at before a 4, 5, 6 with the same order configuration. I want to emphasize that. Scheduling, that is when Ford schedules an order for production dates in future months. Ford schedules orders for each of the different factories on Thursdays, typically. We do see Lightning sometimes schedule other days from time to time, but typically Thursday is the day that orders are scheduled. Allocations, Ford gives dealers allocations to schedule their orders. A dealer needs an allocation to schedule an order in the order bank. An order cannot be scheduled without a dealer having an allocation. For instance, we have 0 Maverick allocations, so we'll not have, none of our Maverick orders will get scheduled this month because we have 0 allocations. Dealer earns allocations based on their sales for each model year within their region, but also with the consideration that Ford looks at your current inventory, what you have in transit and such, and subtracts from that number. So you earn the allocations by your sales volume, but then they'll say, this is how many, we know you need, but based on your current inventory, this is how many you have, here how many you have coming in and such. And so they'll do some subtraction and say, here's how many allocations you're going to get this month. That's why it can change from month to month. Constraints, those are options that are in short supply or may take longer to build. Capacity, that kind of goes along with the capacity, the planned production rate for a given motor, trim, and option. So sometimes if the demand is higher than the capacity, that's where that constraint comes into play there. Job 1 and 2, Ford will shift production runs into 2 different runs in the model year. They'll split a job 1 and a job 2. We're going to talk about F-150 job 2 is starting this month. And we're going to talk a little about F-150 later, but that's where that comes into play because there are some job 2 options and availabilities that aren't available until job 2 starts. Balance out, that's the end of production or balance out. So we actually have that in play going on one of the models as well, as we'll talk about. So those are some of the terminologies and the wording that we'll be using for tonight. So 24 Mustangs, the first one we're going to talk about. So there are currently 925 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. So not too many. And then for the month, their plan is that 2% will be California Special and 45% GT is the kind of the breakdown. So they do plan to schedule this month for the weeks of April 1st through April 22nd. Exhausted availability for the Night Pony package, as well as option 64F. That's the 18-inch by 8-inch machine-faced wheel with the high gloss black painted pockets. That's the one that's standard on the 100A, 101A, 200A, and 201A. Also, the exhaust availability for the Dark Horse handling package. So they said this month that the handling package and the carbon fiber wheel would resume production. Well, it didn't take long. Everybody, all the Dark Horses wanted the handling package, so now it's in exhaust availability again. So I think Ford just needs to know that I think a lot of people in the Dark Horse are getting the handling package. But so if you have a handling package, it might struggle to get scheduled because of that constraint now. I think that's about it for Mustang. So moving on to 24 model year Escape. Oh, before we do, I forgot. 24 model year Mustang order banks are open up right now, so you can order a Mustang. 24 model year Escape, there's currently 250 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. Not too many. The order banks are open up for all trim levels, including plug-in hybrid. The planned production for this month is 39% ST line, 45% active, 0% for hybrid. So if you have a hybrid order in, it's not going to get scheduled this month. It's probably stay in there. They are not scheduling for this week. So no scheduling for Escape this week. 24 model year Bronco Sport. There's currently 234 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. The order banks are open up for all trim levels. And you can order whatever you want. It's just there are some for this month alone. They pretty much said 0% will be 0% Big Ben or the freewheeling package with the convenience package will get scheduled. 0% Big Ben with the black appearance package will get scheduled, and 0% Badlands will get scheduled. So you might ask, what's that leave? Well, basically, Big Ben freewheeling without the convenience package, or Outer Banks premium package is okay, so you can get an Outer Banks. I guess that'd be your options there. So, and Heritage Edition as well. We got a couple of those on our lot, though. You can always get one of those. They are scheduling this week for production weeks of April 1st through April 22nd. Again, as I say, no scheduling for Badlands. We know it's a 0%. Limit availability for the tech package on the Outer Banks. So they are, looks like they are scheduling Outer Banks, limit availability for the tech package. But there aren't a lot of orders in there, so you should be okay there. And then exhaust availability for the black appearance package. We talked about that, as well as the standard Big Ben wheel and the, it says optional Badlands wheel too, but we already know that's not scheduling anyway. So, all right, that's all that for Bronco Sports. 24 model year Edge. That is 184 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. The order banks are closed because it is balancing out this month. Of course, ST is already balanced out, so 0% of this month's production is ST, 25% SEL, 38% titanium trim. And then they are scheduling for this week for the weeks of April 1st to the 22nd. Limit availability for the SEL version, because they did try to schedule most of them last week. Also, limit availability for the wheel 64H, which is an 18-inch split spoke sparkle silver painted aluminum wheel. I think that's the SE wheel. Also, 64G, which is a 19-inch high gloss ebony black painted aluminum wheel. That's included in the black appearance package. And then wheel option 64X, which I think is the 20-inch premium gloss black painted aluminum wheel that's standard on the ST line, as well as wheel 64U, the 20-inch bright machine aluminum with the premium dark stainless painted pockets, which is optional on the titanium. So just because you see limited doesn't mean it's not scheduled at all. Again, limited availability, not zero availability, right? Or they do like they did on the Bronco Sport Badlands. So next is the 24 model year Ranger. There's currently 2,037 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank, not including Raptor. Order banks are open up for the Ranger if you want to order one. They are scheduling this week for the weeks of April 1st through April 22nd. Again, dealer needs an allocation. If they have one, then you got pretty good chances there. All right. Next is a 24 model year Bronco. Currently 4,278 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank, so not too many left there. Order banks are open up for all trim levels with the exception of Heritage and Heritage Limited. They are not available for scheduling and not even available for stock scheduling. So keep that in mind. See, Bronco, they are scheduling this. Let's see. This week's note here does say priority scheduling for Raptor, Heritage, Heritage Limited, and Everglades. For the weeks of August 1st through August 22nd. And then it does say an important reminder on Raptor orders that the mix will be 70% optional beadlock wheel, 30% the standard wheel, 50% vinyl seats, and 50% leather. So keep that in mind. And for the month outside, actually, that'd be more for next week, that 75% of Bronco production will be hardtop, and 50% the 2.7 liter engine, and 30% Sasquatch capacity there for the month of April production. So next is the 24 model year Maverick. Currently, there's 13,836 unscheduled retail orders. So they're getting that down pretty good. Of that number, 9,131 are XL. Wow. That's 66% of the unscheduled orders are XL. So I'm going to give you my recommendations after I talk about this. Order banks are open up right now, even for the XL. I wouldn't recommend it if I were you, but there you go. They are scheduling this week for production weeks in April 1st through April 22nd, the week of. Limited availability for the black appearance package. That's option on the XLT and Lariat. Also, limited availability for the drop-in bed liner. It's okay because nobody wants it anyway. And then exhaust availability for the 2.5 hybrid. So that's a low possibility, as well as the XL, which we knew that. And then also the hard trifold bed cover. And like I say, take off bed covers, take all those off of your orders. It helps get them scheduled. So there you go. So my recommendation on Maverick is if you have an XL order, switch it over to XLT. What's the difference in price? Maybe $1,000 or $2,000 difference. For one, you'll get it faster. For two, you'll get a nice wheel on it. So if you plan on like, well, I can add a wheel. Well, how much a wheel is going to cost you? $1,000, something like that. So of the $2,000, about $1,000 of that's wheels. It's going to look a little bit nicer. It's going to look different. I would recommend if you're on an XL order out there, switch to XLT. It's probably going to take about 4 to 5 months to get all the XL orders scheduled for production. So just keep that in mind. If you have an XL order, it's going to take a little longer. So, and we actually do have 1 or 2 in stock here at McArthur. All right. 24 model year Explorer. Currently 228 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. The order bank is closed for 24 model year, which is what we're going to talk about for scheduling. 25 model year order banks are open up, but they're not scheduling 25 yet. So they are scheduling this week for 24 model year Explorer orders. They're balancing out for 24 model year. They're scheduling for weeks of April 1st through April 22nd. Limited availability for the base series, the limited, and the ST line. So their goal is about 50% XLT, and then also stop build on Platinum, ST line, King Ranch without the tow package. So you'll want to make sure if you have those configurations, those trim levels, that you have the tow package on. And then also stop build on Limiteds with the tow package. So if you have a Limited, you want to take the tow package off. Also limited availability for the 20-inch carbonized gray painted 10-spoke wheel that is included in the Sport Appearance package on the XLT. 18-inch 5-spoke sparkle silver painted aluminum wheel that's standard on the base and XLT is also limited availability. And the high gloss black painted aluminum wheel is standard on the Timberline. So exhaust availability for the 20-inch premium painted aluminum wheel. It's optional on the XLT 202A, standard on limited 300 and 301A, as well as the 21-inch bright machine face aluminum wheel with a luster nickel painted pockets. That's standard on the Platinum. And then the 20-inch machine aluminum wheel that with the painted pockets that's standard on the ST line and ST are also exhaust availability. So a lot of people ask, the difference between limited availability and exhausted. Exhausted is worse than limited. But just because it's limited or exhausted doesn't mean you don't have a chance at all. It's just, it's going to be extremely difficult for it to get scheduled. So they're going to be a low number. And a lot of it does have to do with your dealer as well. So like if there's only a few orders, they want to Ford wants to fulfill all dealers' allocations by scheduling orders to use those allocations that they've earned. So they don't want to carry allocations over. So if you have a dealer that maybe like on Explorer may only have one order with an exhaust availability item, they'll try to kind of give that order priority because they need to get that allocation scheduled. And if they only have one retail order, they'll want to go ahead and try to commit that to them. And so then they'll try to focus on that versus a stock one, right? So that's kind of how that works. 24 model year Expedition. There's currently 835 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. The order banks are open up for the 24 model year Expedition. This month, they're kind of the breakdown of theirs is 0%, 302A. That's your limit of 302A, 18% XLT. Also, they said the standard wheel is now available on the Platinum, which it was before you had to go up to the optional wheel. Now it's available. And they are going to try to schedule more 303As and above to get scheduled. So we're talking your Platinum, such like that. They want to get those scheduled and less XLT production. So you'll see XLT production is only 18%. So again, they want to try to schedule some of those upper trim levels. They are scheduled this week for the weeks of April 1st through April 22nd. All right, next is the 24 model year Mach-E. Ford originally told dealers that they weren't going to be scheduling or producing for April dates. They lied. They are. There's only 29 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. That means about 30 of those retail orders got scheduled last week. So order banks are open up for the Mach-E, including the GT, that new bronze appearance package, the new Mach-E Rally. You can order Mach-E Rally. It's a late availability. It will not get scheduled for a while, but you can place that order. They are scheduled this week for the weeks of April 1st through April 29th. All right, that's it on Mach-E. Okay, here's the big one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna
Save it for later.
I'm gonna save it. We're gonna go to 24 model year F-150. So throwing you off here. There's currently 6,443 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. The order banks are open up for the 24 model year, including the trimmer. All the job 2 things can be ordered now. So if you're wanting a trimmer, that can be ordered. So you can order a trimmer. It opened up on Friday. We ordered some of those. Also, the Pro Access tailgate that is part of that bed utility package for the Lariat, as well as the King Ranch and Platinum, and the 402A trimmer, that will be available now. So when you order for scheduling from here on out is going to be for job 2. So they, in fact, they are not scheduling this week for F-150 because they weren't quite ready for job 2 scheduling. And so they held off. So everything here on out, if you are already scheduled for a build in an F-150, you have a Lariat bed utility package, you will not get the Pro Access tailgate. If you are an unscheduled order and you want that bed utility package on a Lariat or King Ranch Platinum, then you will get the Pro Access tailgate here on out. So that will start for April production. So that's good news for a lot of people that are wanting that. So if you're already scheduled, bad news for those orders. So you might want to reorder if your dealer will allow you to. So here's some other notes that they have on the F-150. It says onboard scales and smart hitch will no longer be included. You know what? I'm going to hold off on that because we're going to talk about it during the dealer news updates, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in the dealer news update. So I'm going to bypass on that. But also it does say trimmer is now available for retail ordering. And then stock ordering is available now as of yesterday. Pro Access tailgate, told you about that. And then, yeah, we're going to talk about this. It says stock orders with the tow haul package will be converted from job 1 to job 2 without the onboard scales. Again, we'll talk about that in retail orders with the tow haul package will be converted from job 1 to job 2 with onboard scales. So I guess maybe I should kind of include this for those that aren't watching this live. They're watching the scheduling notes part of the video. So let me go ahead and go through this. Onboard scales with the smart hitch will no longer be included within the tow haul package on the Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, and Trimmer. Onboard scales with the smart hitch will now be offered as a freestanding option. And that's option 86S on Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, and Trimmer orders equipped with the tow haul. So you will still need the tow haul package to get the smart onboard scales and smart hitch, but it's not going to be included in this tow haul. You'll need to make sure you add that option. So not all dealers will know that. So you want to make sure you educate your dealers on that. This change only impacts unscheduled 24 model year F-150 orders. and new orders placed beginning February 16th, 2024 after 4 p.m. So that was last Friday. 2024 model year F-150 orders that have already scheduled will not be impacted by this change. So they will still get that onboard scales and smart hitch. So there you go. All right. All right, I held it off long enough. Let's go to 24 model year Super Duty here. There's currently 22,647 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. Order banks are open up for the 24 model year Super Duty. They are scheduling this week at Kentucky Truck Plant for the weeks of March 4th through April 8th, and then at Ohio Assembly Plant from April 1st and the week of April 8th. So there you go. And then it says they're actually making dealers. Yes, I say making. Sorry for calling you out on this. They're making dealers take XL or XLT 6.8 liter gas orders. We had to put like 20. They had to, some of our allocations went to those orders. We have other people that need their builds, right? We have the Platinums, the King Ranches, and the Limited people that need theirs built. Don't take all of our allocations just so you can start building 6.8s when nobody wants them, right? Anyway. Okay, I'm done with that. Limited availability for these following options: F350, F450, and F600. Also, limited availability for XL and Platinum version, which is funny because why XL? Also, limited availability for the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel and the high output diesel engine, which is awesome. Also, limited availability for option 64E. That's the 18-inch machine and painted aluminum wheel that's included in the Tremor off-road package. The wheel 64J, which is a 17-inch forged polished aluminum wheel with the bright hub cover center ornaments that's standard on Lariat and Platinum F350s. Also, it's the one that's optional on the XL and XLT F350s. Wheel option 64H. That's a 17-inch forged polished aluminum wheel. That is the dually, right? The inner dually wheel. So it's the one with the 4 exterior wheels and the inner dually that are aluminum. So also the tire TGL, which is a 225/70R 19.5 traction tire that's standard on the F450s, as well as tire TD5, which is the 245/70R 19.5 G. That's the standard one on the chassis cab F600s, XL, and XLTs. So, and then the frame GBK that's been on here about every week. That is optional on the F350 two-wheel drive with the diesel engine and the 145-inch dually wheelbase and single wheelbase. Also, the wheelbase, 205-inch wheelbase, that is also limited availability. That's the one that's on the XL, XLT, 450, 550, and 600 chassis cabs. And then also the axle size. Actually, it doesn't have the axle size. Anyway. Almost skipped that. All right. The 4x4 Dana axle. We've seen that before. It's optional on the F450 and F550 and F600s. The rear axle that's optional on the F350 dually with the 6.8 liter and 7.3 engines, as well as the same the axle that's optional on the F350, 450, and 600 dualies with the 6.7 diesel engine, if you have that configuration. The low running frame PB, that's available on the F450s and F550s with the 7.3 gas engine, or on all diesel engines with 179-inch wheelbase and dual rear wheels. So we have some more wheels here. We covered some, but we have the wheel option 64A, 17-inch argent painted steel with the painted hub covers. That's the one that's standard on the XL, F250, and F350s, as well as 64F, which is an 18-inch argent painted steel wheel that is standard on the F350 single rear wheel regular cabs and optional on F350 XLs. And then the onboard scales and smart hitch, that's optional on the XL, XLT, and Lariat pickups. Not available on the two-wheel drives on those. That's limited availability, as well as the platform running boards. It's optional on the XL, XLT, and Lariat pickup and chassis cabs. Also limited availability for the Ford Pro upfit integration system. That's optional on all pickups. And then the tail lights says LO series, available on the XL, XLT with or without the onboard scales and smart hitch. and then the camera harness with the rear camera, with the rear view camera. So that'd be your chassis cab ones. So that's also limited availability. Okay. That's all the Super Duty. Moving on to the last one, 24 model year Transit. There's currently 6,116 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. The order banks are open up for the Transit if you want to place an order. Double check with your dealers for allocations. Like we get very low allocations at our dealership. So you want to look for a dealership that gets plenty of allocations. They have limited availability for the 3.5 EcoBoost engine, just like it has been for a long time. They are needing Transit Trail orders. So if you're thinking of putting one of those in, you could probably get scheduled fast with the dealership that has an allocation, that is. They are scheduled for the weeks of April 1st, the week of April 8th, and the week of April 15th. And it does say we encourage dealers to submit orders with the 3.5 non-EcoBoost V6 engine. Also, limited availability for the EcoBoost engine. Also, the E-Transit, as well as the low roof van, the cargo one, and the medium roof van, cargo van, the medium roof passenger van, and the digital rear view camera, option 90C, as well as the 12-seat passenger configuration. There you go. All right. And that's all of our scheduling information for this week. There we go.
All right.
Any questions?
Not that I've seen specifically about scheduling.
I think we've gotten over time, gotten a little bit better at explaining some of those things. So hopefully that helps out.
Oh, here we go. I have an SRW XLT 6.7 crew cab scheduled for this week. When can I expect it to leave the plant? Worried about the potential strike delaying shipment.
That is, well, it really just depends. If it's supposed to be built this week, it doesn't always ship out right away. Sometimes it does sit for quality checks and everything else like that. So it's hard to tell. Maybe just, check with your dealer. You should get an email once it's been shipped out. So once it says built and shipped or whatever, you should get an email. So cross our fingers. Well, hopefully they don't strike. We're going to talk about that later. But.
Yeah. All right. And then we have some questions about Job 2 F-150. Do they now come with Pro Access Tailgate, or are they still scheduling Job 1?
Nope, they are done with Job 1. So the reason that there's no scheduling this week is because they're not ready for Job 2 scheduling, but yet they don't want to schedule anybody else because they know that people are waiting for that Pro Access Tailgate. And so they definitely don't want to. They may not worry about XLs, STX, and XLT orders because they're not going to get it anyway with that. But for people that want that, and so hopefully everybody knows that if you have an XL, STX, and XLT with the bed utility package, it will not get the Pro Access Tailgate, period. It's only on Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, as well as the trimmer 402A. So if you have a trimmer 401A and you put the Pro Access or the bed utility package, it won't have the Pro Access Tailgate either. You have to have 402A.
What about Raptor?
Raptor will not have the Pro Access Tailgate.
Okay, that was one of our questions.
Yeah, tailgate step though. If you have it, like I think the Pro Access Tailgate has the tailgate step on those.
Do we know when 25 Mavericks will be released?
We don't. They tell me nothing. And even so, I'd be embargoed if they did.
Yeah. Does the changing of any options on a retail order require new COVP documents to be submitted? And does it affect scheduling? Examples being color change and or removal of Copilot 360.
No, you don't have to. Once you've submitted an order in COVP, you don't have to do that again if you make changes. In fact, you know what? I ordered my Mach-E and I still have yet to do the COVP on it. It's a late availability. It's going to wait a while.
Yeah. What does option package 400A include in costs? Can a dealer change the MSRP sticker price, base prices, or option packages price?
Okay. So Bronco Sport Badlands is 400A. So that's 400A is Badlands. So it's like 100A or 200A is like Big Bend, 300A is Outer Banks, and 400A is your Badlands. So that's how that works out. And I think 800A or something is your freewheeling. So 400A basically means it's a Badlands to Ford. So they see that the equipment package codes. So that doesn't 400A is your standard Badlands. And then if you added the premium package or whatever, I think it's premium package, what they call it. That's a separate package. So prices aren't changing on the Badlands. I haven't seen a price increase. So that shouldn't change. But what it was when you ordered it is what they should charge you. So if the price does go up because they're not scheduling Badlands, then the price might go up, but you should be locked into the price it was when you ordered.
Yes.
I would make sure you have a copy of your order sheet so that you can hold them to that, because Ford does what they call price protection, which means that they will protect your price from when it was when you ordered. They will reimburse the dealership back that amount later once they match up and make sure that the person that ordered it is the person that bought it. So that is the other thing.
Why you want to find a good dealer to purchase with, because there are some other dealers out there that will charge over MSRP. They will add fees. They will add things on.
Or they'll say, this is the price it is now. That's what you got to pay. And then they don't understand that there's price protection. So
they either don't understand or they don't care. So
yes. And a lot of times your sales guys just don't know.
Yes.
Your managers should know and should be advising the salespeople, but
it's not the dealer that would be changing the MSRP base prices or option. It would be Ford, and once you place your order, you're locked in.
Yep.
All right. Dealer installed cost illuminated door entry keypad. Should they be charging to install that?
Nope.
Dealer installed options are installed at no cost to you.
Yes. So Ford is already charging you. The dealer should not be charging you. So they're charging you for the dealer installed option, not for the install. And there are probably some dealerships where their service department says, this is taking us longer than the hour that Ford's paying us, so we need to charge a customer another hour. And I get that. It's true. I mean, I understand that, but they're not allowed to charge that. Can't do that.
So this is a two-part question. It kind of spilled into two. Do you have to get leather seats if you want a moonroof on a Bronco Sport?
Bronco Sport. Okay, so leather seats have to do with your equipment group you're getting, not necessarily on.
So moonroof is a standalone option.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need
a premium package is when you get the leather.
Right. Do you have to get that to get remote start or other options? And then, so their second part of their question was, can you build the Bronco Sport Badlands model with options of your choice rather than specific option packages?
No. If it's not a standalone option, then no. You probably need to watch my Bronco Sport Badlands video. I have a complete guide video. You need to watch that video because I spell it out of here's what's standard and here's what you get. Here's what's in this package. Here's what our standalone options are. So watch that video. That will really help you out. So here, let's. Do you want to try to find that? I can try to find a video.
Okay.
I'll find the video. I'll link it. I'll put it in the chat so that you can link to that, because that, I think those videos that I think I enjoy doing those because I think it spells it out. It'll tell you exactly what's included in all Bronco Sport Badlands equipment, what's standard, and then what's a breakdown of what's in this package, this package, this package, and what the standalone options are. Standalone means that you don't have to get something else. And a lot of those, some of those options do require, like, hey, you have to have I think on the moonroof, you have to order a premium package to add the moonroof, if I remember right. So you can't just get a moonroof by itself on the Badlands. I think you do have to order the premium package, if I remember right. So, but you'll want to watch that video. I kind of spell it out. And that's why I do those videos, just to help customers like yourself.
I want to try something real quick. Okay. All right. While you're doing that, is Lightning going to have the Pro Access tailgate?
I don't. So 24 model year on the Lightning is still is the look of the 23. So it didn't. So the 24 Lightning will not look like a 24 gas F-150.
Yeah.
They will look different. So a 24 Lightning will look like a 23. So no, we'll not probably get that.
Yeah.
Well, I know it won't because it's not in the order guide. So
yeah. Is there any talk of additional colors to be offered? Any shades of green in addition to eruption green? At this time, we have not heard of any extra colors that they may be offering for the next model year.
Yeah, we don't know about next model year, but Eruption Green's available now. I just put that link in the chat, so check that out for that video if you want.
Yep. And then last question for scheduling: what changes have they made with Job 2 for F-150?
The biggest change is that trimmer's available and the Pro-Axis tailgate. If there's some
Okay.
cosmetic changes, they're not telling us what they are. So,
All right.
there you go. I might have took my glasses on for this because I actually didn't go through. Actually, this is.
If I have received an email from Ford Corporate that states that they have received my order, does it mean that my dealership had allocation, or might I still have to wait on their allocation? So that means that your dealership put it in. Basically, Ford has received your order. That doesn't necessarily mean your dealer has an order or has an allocation. Dealers can put in orders without necessarily having an allocation because Ford doesn't tell us specifically what they're scheduling. They aren't saying, okay, we need to schedule a Maverick Larry or XLT with a black appearance package. They don't tell us that. They just say, okay, you have 10 Maverick allocations. We have no idea what they're planning to schedule. So most Ford dealers will throw in all of their orders into the order bank. So that way, when they have allocations, Ford can pick and choose which orders they can schedule. So that way, they don't have to stop the factory line waiting for parts for a certain build that they don't have parts for. So that keeps the factory line running. It also gives dealers, an array of orders to choose from. You will get scheduled eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You just may not get scheduled that month.
Yeah, so Ford won't. Yeah, exactly. You said it just right. So Ford putting in an order does not necessarily mean that they have an open. Just like if let's say a dealer gets one Raptor allocation for the year, they could put 3 Raptor orders in. It doesn't mean all 3 are going to get scheduled. Only one's going to get scheduled.
That's why you had the buildup of Bronco and Maverick and Lightning orders.
And they kept carrying over because of that.
Yeah. Oh, Super Duty. That was the other one.
Super Duty, yeah.
It's because dealers kept putting orders in, and they couldn't possibly produce that many. So,
like for us, for Maverick, we had 700 Maverick orders in 2023 model year, and we fulfilled half of those orders. The other half got fulfilled this year. So,
well, McArthur, on the 2024 F-150, if you are unscheduled, would you need to add the smart trailer hitch and onboard scale? How much would it cost to add? Also, has the 24 F-150 shipped out yet?
They have not shipped out yet. I think what we're hearing now is the tentative date of targeting to ship out March 6th.
Ooh.
So we noticed a lot of orders say targeted release March 6th on them. So I don't think they're going to go out until then. So a couple weeks. Yeah. But on the all the change, actually it's right here. We're going to go over that.
Okay.
On the dealer news update.
All right.
Go over that. I might need actually my glasses on for that. Because this is small print.
Donald, I ordered an XL regular cab F-150 November 23rd. When should I expect delivery? That all depends on when your dealer has an allocation, when you get scheduled, and when it gets scheduled for, how far you are away from the factory.
So it shouldn't take too long for you to get scheduled with your dealer, but again, a lot depends
especially on F-150.
It especially depends on your dealer's allocations and how many orders they have in for the most part. But XL regular cabs are getting scheduled actually pretty quick.
Yep.
As long as again your dealer has allocations. So, all right. Anything else? I'm going to talk about the tow haul package and the smart hitch. We kind of talked about it earlier, but I'm going to talk about it now. And the dealer news, as well as Mach-E pricing.
We'll throw up that transitional slide.
All right, I'm going to put my glasses on for this. All right. Okay, so we got a notice on Friday that says, please be aware that effective with the 24 model year F-150 Job 2 order bank opening, the onboard scales with smart hitch feature will no longer be included in the tow haul package option 53T. The feature will now be offered as a freestanding option. That is option 86S. So you want to make note of those. For vehicles that add the tow haul package. So you have to have the tow haul package and then add that. This change only impacts Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, and Tremor. So currently says unscheduled 24 model year F-150 Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum retail orders equipped with a tow haul will be edited to include the onboard scales with smart hitch option. So it sounds like to me that if you had that order in there prior to last Friday, and you had the tow haul, they amended the orders to add that option 86S to your order. But I would double check with your dealer to confirm that did happen is what I would do. So it does say in any new order that's put in, you'll want to make sure that option is added. So it says, I'll keep going on. See, onboard scales with smart hitch will no longer be included in tow haul package. We got to talk. A lot of times they have like actions and then they have the actual summary of it. Onboard scale will now be offered as a freestanding option on Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, Tremor. And then down here it says unscheduled retail orders. Unscheduled retail order, that's a customer placed order, equipped with a tow haul will be edited to include the onboard scales as a freestanding option. Contact impact customers to confirm their interest in keeping the onboard scales. Removing the feature will result in a $650 MSRP decrease. So if you don't want the onboard scales and it was more about the other features, let them know so that you can remove that and save yourself $650. So I'll get into pricing in a second. And then this says unscheduled stock orders, which you guys don't need to worry about that. So the tow haul package 53T will change. The price will change. So an example is a Lariat MSRP. On the old pricing, it was $1,440. That included the smart onboard scales and smart hitch. Now that package is $785 because it won't include that. And then it does say the tow haul package for the Tremor 401A was $970, will now be $320. And so the onboard scales and smart hitch is $650. So now it's going up to $314. Is it $1,440 almost? Anyway, so there you go. So that is the new pricing on that. So you want to double check if you had an unscheduled order or had an order in there already. You'll want to make sure that you go in there and check with your dealer and make sure that that's all correct. If you want the onboard scales and smart hitch, you'll want to make sure that they added that option 86S to your order and that they still have, of course, 53T. So you want to make sure that it's on there. So hopefully, if you have any questions about that, pop them in the chat. We'll answer those.
They're saying Professor Bart says enter the stream.
So my notes for my live stream, they're really big. They're like fonts like 14 or 16, so I can see them without my glasses. But these dealer news updates are like font 12 or below. If I've read them ahead of time, I could actually do this and I'm good. But this case, I did not read this ahead of time. Kind of got a little busy. So yeah, glasses are going on. All right. So the next dealer news update and the actual last one is that there's a price change for the Mach-E for 23 model year. This is price level 340 for those of you following along. It says please be aware of the MSRP pricing changes below effective February 20th, which is Monday, on Job 1 and Job 2 Mach-E's for the 23 model year. Average MSRP reduction of $7,500 across models and up to $12,600 on Job 1 GT Performance Edition. Well, won't that irk people that just bought theirs? Anyway, 23, sorry. I said that out loud. 23 model year Job 1 and Job 2. You know, last time they did this, though, they did something for customers. You remember that?
Yes.
That happened, and then people were upset. Like, wait a minute, what about me? And then they did an off. So we'll see if they do that for you guys. So they try to take care of people. Anyway, all right. That happened in January, I think. All right. 23 model year Job 1 and Job 2 MSRPs are now equalized, is what they call it. Job 1 units select come with a 3-year Blue Cruise subscription. And all Job 1 units include, okay, yeah, we knew about that. So they made that change. So all the Selects actually got added to Blue Cruise now. So if you had a job one, if you find a job one, I feel bad for the dealership if they're still holding on to a job one. They should have discounted it to sell it. But if you do find one out there and you have a job one, then they will add the subscription for the Blue Cruise for 3 years, which is pretty awesome. All right. So here are some price differences, and so you can see what it was like. So this is the job one 23. Do we need to worry about job ones? Most people shouldn't have job ones by now. Dealers, if you have a job one, just discount it. You do know that there is dealer cash there. You get paid off of the a certain percentage of MSRP. Discount that below MSRP or invoice. Just do it. You'll be happy later. So we're just going to talk about job two. If you want me to talk about job one, you guys drop it in the comments. But all right, so difference in pricing for job two, 23 model year Mach-E's. If you find one at a dealer lot out there, select rear wheel drive basically went down $3,100 to $39,895. Now we're getting with it, Ford. These all-wheel drive went from $45,900 to $42,800, so $3,100 less. The premium LFP battery, that's the standard range battery, dropped to $4,100 for both. So it went from $46,900 for the rear wheel drive to $42,800. $49,900 on the all-wheel drive to $45,895. Now, all of the extended range premiums went down $8,100. So they went from $53,395 to $45,895, and the all-wheel drive went from $56,900 to $48,895. Wow. California Route 1, if you find one of those, of course, they're not making Route 1s anymore for 24, so you better scoop it up. $59,900. They took it down $8,100 to $48,895. And then GT, standard GT, went from $64,900 to $52,395. That's $7,600 off. And then the GT Performance Edition went from, it says $64,900 to $57,300. So I think that price is wrong. So it wouldn't be the same as a GT. Anyway, it lowered $7,600 according to them. So whatever $57,300 plus $76,000 is, that's what the starting price was. It also says extended range, premium rear wheel drive, and all wheel drive. It says that, so if you go, okay. Well, we already know those prices, but anyway, so there you go. So there's a difference. So they did lower prices on those 23 model years. So we're trying to sell them, trying to move those around and sell those. Also, some other rebates that are available. So it says there's some retail bonus cash for Mach-E Premium 23 model years, $1,000 for the extended range. And then on the GT, there's $3,000 retail bonus cash. That's where they're getting that $12,600 is the $3,000 bonus cash that they were talking about earlier. So that would be right. Anyway, well, that's like Ford. All right, and then on a lease, maybe that's where they're getting at. Lease is $7,500 retail cash on a lease. Now, Lightning also has some incentives. What are you doing? Robin's Egg Blue, Area 51. Yeah. Anyway, Lightning has some special rates. So 3.9% over 60 months. Actually, I thought they got better than that because I thought the Lightning got the 1.9 for 72. I don't know. Check with your dealers for details. Anyway, it does say the new 23 model year F-150 Lightning Platinum has $12,500 retail bonus cash. And the Lariat has $5,000 retail bonus cash. They had zero. Now they're giving them back. So they went from giving these vehicles rebates in January, taking them away in January, and now they're back. XLTs with extended range have $7,500 retail bonus cash as well. And then there's some lease rates, some lease bonus cash too, but you just will take your bonus cash because it's more money. All right. So there you go. So if you're looking to get an EV, Ford's selling down, looks like to me. They're discounting. They're wanting to get rid of their stuff. And so are dealers. And some of the dealers that were smart, like we were, we gave the discount, and now the dealers lost out on that, but whatever. All right. So that's the frustrating thing is Ford will do is they will they want the dealers to push it first. And then dealers, once they struggle and dealers have sold down and dealers are just getting frustrated, then they'll throw out rebates at the very end. So good dealers that are knowing what they're doing, they take the hit now and move on. Dealers that don't know what they're doing, they wait, and Ford eventually will help you out. But it's probably going to cost you more money in the long run because that's usually a rebate that you get, not any kind of dealer cash. But anyway, all right. Enough of that. There's my rant. If you're wondering, there you go. I slid it in here and then the dealer news updates. Any questions about that stuff?
No. We're trying to figure out what's that in your cup.
Huh?
Your cup.
What about it?
What's in it?
Code red. Why?
Niles was asking.
Yep. There's my stickers.
I
So
was
your
like-
your mom has one just like it. So she
said,
she asked for stickers. She's got a sticker of the Bronco, so I can't put the Bronco on.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
because otherwise,
so Niles asked the pressing question, what's in the cup and why isn't it Mountain Dew?
it's code red.
So then I said, do you think I'd be able to sneak it off the desk and check?
So you're trying to move the bottle. You know what? The dealer you probably could have got away with it during the scheduling part.
Probably, but I didn't think about it at that point.
All
But
right.
Brandon Jones guessed right.
Yeah, code red. There you go. I was right. All right. My drink of choice. All right, we got a few recalls. How many do we have? There's one that's got a lot of information on it, and then there's another one. Two recalls. Actually, they're not. I don't like to call them recalls because they're customer satisfaction programs. Right, I got another notification that they said, "Hey, you haven't completed your recall on your seatbelt thing," and I'm like, "That's because I don't want to, because there's nothing wrong with it. My seatbelt is just fine the way it is. I don't want an extender put on it.
Yeah.
Leave my seatbelt alone."
But will that void your warranty?
I don't think so. I didn't see a letter. What are you talking about? A letter? What letter? I didn't get a letter.
All they have to do is figure out that you own it. Come to the live stream and see if you talk about it.
Letter.
But the live stream is 3 hours long. They'd have to watch every single live stream because you only mention it in the live stream. So they'd have to watch 3 hours
Yeah.
worth of content to try and get a
And
blurb
then
of
if they
him
watch
saying,
the replay, they have commercials. Anyway. All right. See, that's the benefit. You watch the live. I don't have any ads pop up during the live. But if you watch it recorded, then you will have ads. All right. Benefit of doing that. All right. So let's talk about these recalls. All right. This first one is a customer satisfaction program 23B21. This is actually supplement number 1. So some things were updated to this program. This is on 23 model year F-150s and Bronco vehicles. For those wondering, wow, it's got a lot of information. It's 201,252 vehicles affected by this one. This is in all affected vehicles. The gateway modular, GWM is what they call it, may lose internet connection. This may cause the vehicle to experience an inoperative Ford Pass application, inability to review the vehicle's state of charge, inoperative remote start and or inoperative remote lock and unlock. This may be combined with diagnostic trouble codes stored in the telematics control unit, TCU, and or stored in the GWM. So that is what the program is for, is to fix that. So it's not like a safety recall. But what they updated on this particular one was they have new updated owner letters that are going out. Hey, some of this can be done on over-the-air update since it's a Sync 4. See, owner letters for the initial F-150 Lightning population were mailed April 21st of 23. Owner letters for the incremental F-150 Bronco populations are expected to be mailed the week of March 18th of 24. And then owners will be given the option of installing the software update themselves, or they can have their dealer perform the service for them. So, so they updated some of that letter information, customer handouts. They updated the attachment for that. Technical information was updated as well. The expiration dates and some of the program terms have been changed. So there you go. So, and basically this covers you for a while. You can get this done. What's it saying here? Usually have a little while to get it done. Anyway, if you have that, you'll get a letter if you haven't already. So it looks like they've added. So this would include some Lightning owners too. So it's vehicles built. F-150 Lightning was the initial one. It says expiration is March 31st of 24 for those people. Incremental F-150, they have till February 28th of 25, as well as Bronco at the same date. So the vehicles that are affected is 23 model year F-150 Lightnings built between June 10th of 22 through December 23rd of 22. F-150s built at Dearborn between April 29th of 22 through March 7th of 23. Kansas City truck plant, June 11th of 22 through March 1st of 23. And Broncos built in Michigan between June 8th of 22 through March 17th of 23. There you go. All right. The next one is Program Customer Satisfaction Program 13N02. This is supplement number 3, and this is for 2010 through 2014 model year Edges and MKXs. So what they updated on this was updated owner letters, and the owner refunds section was updated for dealers. So that's what was changed on this one. And so the reason for this, providing this coverage, is in some affected vehicles, it is possible for the brake booster to develop a small tear in the diaphragm under certain driving and environmental conditions. If this occurs, the driver may hear a hissing noise when depressing the pedal, and may also experience a spongy pedal feel without a noticeable effect on braking performance. If the vehicle is not serviced, the tear will eventually expand, and the pedal effort required to stop the vehicle will gradually increase. However, in all cases, the fundamental vehicle braking system remains functional. So that's why it's not a safety recall. So there you go. So owner letters for the initial population were mailed the week of January 13th of 2014. And then they added more people March 18th of 24. So letters have already gone out to people. But there you go. If you're feeling that, there you go. That's it. Don't ask me for any more questions on that because I threw them away.
No.
All right. How we doing? Any questions?
No.
You're just chatting away.
Yeah. What kind of sandwich does Ragnarcon have? I don't know.
I say he's got a quesadilla.
Nope. He made a sandwich for lunch today and forgot to eat it. So now it has turned into dinner.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Ham and cheese. No, I don't know. He hasn't answered yet.
All right. We ready to move on?
Greg says he saved his ham and Swiss for dinner.
I do that sometimes. All right. So this week's Is It True? So Mitch on TC Customs, check out his channel. He posted like 10 things that you might not know about your Bronco, and there were some things that I learned on that. So thank you, Mitch, for putting that out there. But there were a couple things that he mentioned in there, and we actually talked about it on Member Live on Friday about one of those. He mentioned that the Haas 3.0 was steering gear was going to be the Haas 3.0 steering gear was going to be on all Sasquatches as well as Badlands for 24 model year. And so I wasn't, I had heard that too. It wasn't put in the order guide, but some of those particulars aren't always put in the order guide when it comes to some of those things. So it was, we wouldn't know until we actually saw some Broncos. So we've received some of those 24 model year Broncos. So I took a little look on our lot, and where's that at? Right here. So there we go. On the left side over here, which I can't actually circle, but on the left side with the yellow shocks there, that is a Badlands 2023 model year Badlands that we actually have in stock. And actually, it's not only is it a 23 Badlands, but it's a 23 Badlands with a Sasquatch. So you can see those tie rods and what they look like. The image on the right is a 24 model year Badlands non-Sasquatch, and you can see what it looks like. And below that, on the right, is a Wild Track 2024. So you kind of see those tie rods have really been beefed up for the 24 model year. So yes, so that is true. So even though it's not in the order guide, it has been beefed up and been taken care, and is now you're going to see that. So Sasquatch will get the better tie rods, as well as your Badlands, Sasquatch or not, will get it too. So there you go. Pretty cool. And I actually noticed, because I noticed Jeff commented on this, that your shocks look a little different between the two. So the one on the left is a Sasquatch. You see, it's almost like the strut has been turned upside down. You see that?
Oh.
So the left one is a Sasquatch. The right one is a non-Sasquatch. So I don't know if they just turned the strut over. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I'll never claim to be, but yeah. Anyway, so probably better clearance on the Sasquatch. Anyway, maybe that's how they get the extra lift. I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. There's that. There's that.
There's a couple of very nices in the chat.
Very nice. What?
Yeah, very nice.
picture?
That's a
Anyway.
great update upgrade.
Now, one of the things that I was still curious on, though, that they did mention is he mentioned that in 24 model year, as a late availability, we're supposed to be getting a body color painted hardtop availability option. And where he found that was in the Ford has what they call an e-source guide, where it has for dealers, so they know, hey, what's different, what's new, what's been upgraded for the year. And that was in their new features and changes for 24 model year. Actually, let's see if I can cast that up there on the screen. Move this completely. Can I get that? Here. Meet the Bronco. Hold on. It's not up there yet. Get rid of this. There we go. Now it's there. Meet the Bronco. So this is what Ford gave for dealers. So this is for 24 model year, and this is a little dated because this came out at the beginning of the model year, and it shows the breakdown of what we're going to expect for the year and everything else. Heritage Edition Raptor. So it is in here. So here is your new features and changes for the Bronco, which in here they actually don't mention the steering gear to upgrade, by the way, but they did upgrade it, right? But over here, late availability section, it does say dual tops, which, by the way, dual tops have been available since late 23. We have some Everglades that had it in 23 model year. We had an Everglades. So dual top is actually, it says it's a late availability for 24 model year, and actually it was available at job 1, not job 2. Usually when you see late availability, that means job 2. But it does say in there, modular hardtop body color painted, option 43U. They even given an option number, which is pretty cool. But the question is whether or not we'll see it. I don't know. So I don't really have an answer. I can't say that he's not right. But I can say on the order guide, it does not mention it as a late availability option on the order guide. But we have not seen a job 2 order guide for the Bronco yet. I didn't look today, though. Maybe I should look, make sure. But there you go. So I can't say necessarily whether or not that's true or not. I got a gut feeling on it. I don't think we're going to see it this model year. That's just my take. That's just my gut feeling on it, but I could be wrong.
So someone said to the other part of it, the tie rods, someone said Tim just found a new recall. They're flipped.
Oh, I don't know. Or are they
Possibly.
supposed to be like that? Sasquatch versus a non-Sasquatch. I'll just keep with my shocks. I like them. My rough countries with the reservoir.
Speaking of which,
Which-
it looks like the reservoir is scratched up.
On mine?
Yeah.
It's dirt. It could be scratched up.
Pretty
I take
sure
mine off
it's
road.
scratched up.
I got the wheel is. I could scratch the rim. By the way, Niles, I need Blake was supposed to upgrade my tie rods when we put the shocks on, so I'm gonna need you to order those and put those on for me. So I need some beefed up. I need some better tie rods. Give me they need to be upgraded a little bit.
Don't want to be like the
Nope.
Rebel Rally people with a broken tie rod.
Nope. So I need to upgrade mine. But anyway, so there you go. There's that.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see what's coming for job 2 for the Bronco. I guess I could look and see if they have updated. Let's look at the order guide real quick. I'm pretty quick with that. I get to the order guide pretty fast anymore. They're not seeing that, right? Okay. I might get in trouble with Ford if I show that off. 24. Bronco. Nope. Still hasn't been updated since December 1st. So no job 2 order guide yet for the Bronco. So we will wait and see. I did reach out to the brand manager in case you're wondering. And yeah. We need a sound for a cricket. Yeah, I got nothing. I also reached out to him last week because last week we talked about the Ford digital experience, that there are some features that may be a charge with the Ford Connect. Yeah, I asked them last Wednesday. That's where I need a cricket sound right there. Yeah, nothing. Thanks a lot.
There we go. Brandon Jones. Thank you.
Yes, cricket. I need like a soundboard with crickets and applauses and different things like that. Anyway, okay. All right. We're ready for what's on my mind.
Yeah.
All right. I always struggle with this segment because I don't know what to talk about. But thanks to Ford Authority, links are in the description for this. I want to make sure I point that out. They kind of talked about that the UAW Ford workers at Kentucky truck plant may strike next week, or the end of this week, I should say. This was our article came out last week. So according to the UAW, around 9,000 workers at the Kentucky truck plant. I'm reading this word for word, by the way. Again, reference them down below. 9,000 workers at the Kentucky truck plant plan to strike on February 23rd, 2024, if some local contract issues aren't resolved between now and then. These concerns pertain to UAW Local 862, with which the automaker hasn't reached an agreement as of yet, roughly 5 months after the union's broader strike ended. As such, Vice President Chuck Browning has requested authorization from UAW President Fain to set a strike deadline. There are a few key points that remain concerning among UAW members at the Kentucky truck plant, including health and safety related matters, minimum in-plant nurse staffing levels, and ergonomic issues, to name just a few. So says they have the ability to walk out even though the union already reached an agreement with Ford, as members are able to negotiate local agreements around plant-specific issues at each plant facility, which makes sense, right? And if it's not safe, they should have that right. This is notable given the fact that UAW workers at the Kentucky truck plant voted against that aforementioned agreement. So back when all the plants were voting, the Super Duty plant was actually one of the few plants that actually did not vote for the agreement that went out. I think it says in here back in mid-November, 45% of production workers voted in favor of the tentative contract. That means 55% voted against it, right? And it also says that along with 69% of skilled trades workers that voted for it. So other way. So anyway, and then in relation and other news from also Ford Authority, they have an article from the CEO Farley says that UAW strike could influence future plans. So again, article to this is linked in the description. It says our reliance on the UAW turned out to be we were the first truck plant to be shut down, Farley said, while speaking as at the Wolf Research. I don't have my glasses on. The Wolf Research Global Auto Conference in New York. Says really our relationship has changed. It's been a watershed moment for the company. Does this have business impact? And he says yes. He says Farley added that fallout from the UAW strike has prompted the automaker to think carefully about where it will build vehicles in the future, noting that this is a big shift in philosophy after the two sides had previously enjoyed a cozier relationship that avoided strikes since the 1970s. It says the Blue Oval CEO also noted that while other automakers shifted some truck manufacturing operations to Mexico in recent years, Ford chose to instead invest in the U.S., though that has reportedly resulted in a $7 billion annual cost disadvantage versus competition. As such, Farley somewhat left the door open for future vehicles, including its forthcoming cheaper EV models, to be built in places other than on American soil. So there you go. So hopefully they settle and everything's okay. I mean, they should have, if they don't have good work environment, there needs to be.
Someone said, Vol says on social media, they're talking about non-air conditioned Kentucky plant work conditions allow the indoor temperatures to reach triple digits in the summer.
Yeah, they got to take care of that.
In most organized work environments, local branches of a union choose to open local memorandums of understanding after a national agreement is ratified. They're reviewed, modified, or renewed.
Yeah. So each one can, yeah. So definitely, they need to have good work environment. So hopefully this seems like a open and shut case. I mean, surely they'll take care of that plant, make sure that they have good what they need, so that hopefully won't strike, because this is, this is besides that. This is an environmental. This is work.
As a lady who worked
environment
while pregnant, 8 months pregnant in 100-degree weather, it sucks. So
hopefully Ford takes care of that. That should be a no-brainer there, and take care of it. But also you got to be careful too of, like I said, I know that paying all the workers more is going to affect the bottom line, and they need to do something to cut costs somewhere.
Yeah,
we've talked in the past. This could be my rant about the dealer installed options, and actually Ridgeview is one of the ones that is being affected by some of the things that the changes they're making to some of those dealer installed options. So he's got one of the dealer installed option keypads, right, that he ordered. We cannot get that to program. We can't get it to take. We've tried it a couple different times, and it's not working. It has on that, as well as the hitches on the Broncos. Both of those, the software updates are like, they're not working. So that the code that they sent with it and everything, they're having issues. I don't know if they fixed the Broncos or not yet. Hopefully they have. They got it fixed with those. But we finally got the hitches in, almost a month after the Broncos came in, which is, again, Ford, you got to fix that. That's ridiculous. If you're going to have the dealership and do all the dealer installed hitches, you got to get the hitches to us. You can't do that. You can't say, hey, we're going to have the dealerships do them now, but then not ship them to the dealerships and have it take forever. Anyway, so we're going to see that, but hopefully also the software updates, they need to be handled too. But yeah, so Ridgeview can tell you, he has a dealer installed option, and we credit him back because we can't get it. We can't get it to work.
Radner Khan says the DIO labor rate stuff has caused over half of the dealers in my state to drop out of the Ford accessory program. Kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I don't know if you do the like, we recommend don't do dealer installed options, but if you want the keypad, even if you do the 1 through 4 accessories, it's the same one. So even if you did it as a dealer installed option on your order, or you do it later once it comes in through parts and accessories, it's still not going to work. right now. It's not working. So,
Yeah.
big issue.
Yeah.
Got to fix it, Ford. If you're going to have dealerships, in my opinion, the DIOs should be things that aren't like, don't need software updates to be, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I want to get a hitch for the Bronco. Now I'm concerned that we're going to have issues with the programming and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually care if I get the 7-pin. I don't need that. I can do a 4. I'm good with
Wow.
4-pin wiring. I don't need it
Yeah.
to break the vehicle. I feel confident with that, but
You can no longer order stuff from Ford Accessories and have it installed by his dealer or any of the other 6 nearby dealers. He now has to drive 2 hours to get it installed. At that point, just buy a third party and DIY it.
yeah. Anyway, there you go. Well, any questions for me?
We do have questions. About 10.
Okay. Let's see here.
Are you done with your topic?
Yeah.
Okay. Throw up the Q&A screen.
Oh.
So our first one's not really a question, but just found out this afternoon that only 40 Ranger Raptors coming to Canada, and that mine was one of the first, but was not one of those 40. Might have been one of the first at your dealer,
Yeah.
but don't know how many dealerships there are in Canada.
I don't know.
But
Yeah, again, it's all about allocation and
40
orders.
would make it rare in the U.S. with, 2,000 dealers?
I think there's over 3, somewhere around 3,000.
3,000 dealers in
Somewhere.
the U.S.
At one time it was 4,200 before COVID, and then after COVID, it's down to like 3,000.
Right. So about 3,000 and 40 Rangers would be wow.
Did find out. So there's a U300. So it's called under 300. So that's dealerships that sell less than 300 units total for a year. That accounts for half of the dealerships in the country sell less than 300 units a year. You realize that?
Wow.
About half of the Ford dealers sell less than 300 units a year.
That's
Yeah, so they had a special meeting. We weren't invited because we some more than that, but interesting.
that's 2 of our months.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. But if you have only one person working there, 1 or 2 people working there, kind of get it.
Yeah.
All right.
We need all the local dealers, and so you gotta remember those are those local small dealers, and they definitely Ford needs them, right? For those customers because the bigger dealerships are in your bigger cities. I mean, we have a lot of small towns around. If it wasn't for us, they would have to go to like Wichita or something. And you need those nice dealerships, and there's some good ones out there. We have Laura, that's always in Livestream a lot.
Yep.
She's from a good dealership, So, all right.
Yeah.
What else you got?
All right. We have, can you please compare and contrast the off-road trail capabilities of the 24 Maverick Trimmer with the 24 Bronco Sport Badlands?
They're identical. They're the same. Basically, they are the same, and it's the same advanced 4x4 system. You get the same drive modes. It's pretty much
Built at the same plant.
It's pretty much, yeah. They're built at the same plant. They're basically the same thing. So,
wondering about the upgraded dashboard on some 24 Bronco Badland videos I've seen. Looks like they have the Raptor style stitching now. Is this a high/lux upgrade?
that is not mentioned in the order guide. I think I heard some people say they saw some stitching on there on the Badlands. I didn't actually look at the one that we have in stock. I don't know what if it has Lux or not, but I don't know. But you would think that if it's part of the Lux High, then it would be the Outer Banks would get it as well as your Wild Tracks. I have to do a little research on that.
Yeah. Any updates on Raptor R orders, or are they not scheduling?
They're not scheduling this month. So that was a note that I made, last week or the week before, that they're not planning to do Raptor R scheduling this month.
So I have a couple more comments.
They're doing Raptor and Raptor 37, Alec.
Yeah. So I had a couple more comments in here. I just had to tag to share. Brandon Jones, how about Dr. Bart's Mavericologist with a PhD in bronchology and F-150 masterology? I'll get it printed up and put it up underneath his name tag. Also, internal forward folks. Oh no, this Tim guy is asking questions again. Now we gotta find answers. Where are the answers? I don't know. Let's ask Bob. Bob knows. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just some good comments.
I might have to start just emailing Mike Levine. Hey, I got these questions. Your marketing managers are not getting a hold of me, because every model has a manager that's in charge of marketing, and I got one, actually a couple now, because Explorer did a pretty good job. Actually, this time they didn't, so never mind. I backtracked that. So some of them do a pretty good job of emailing me back. Lightning was pretty good. He emailed me back. I think I had an F-150 question, and they emailed me back pretty quickly. But Bronco, you need help. Maybe you can get the Bronco Nation crew to help you out. Just give them the answer, and they'll let me know.
Yeah, just talk to them. Let's see. Is it true Job 2 F-150s get an added kicker subwoofer? Was this to improve the sound or due to shortages?
Didn't hear about that. Maybe I need to go through both of them and see if there's any other changes that I don't notice. I'm gonna look that up now. That got me thinking. I don't know. I didn't see that as a major upgrade, because in the major updates they'll show you Job 2 order guide changes, and the only changes were those two things that I've talked about. So they didn't mention that in that section, but it doesn't mean they didn't change that part of it, and they just didn't put it in there. So sometimes you got to go, and I'll tell you here. I'll tell you how many pages there are. There's 37 pages to the order guide for the F-150. So, and there's a lot of words on each page to double check everything in there. What trim level was he saying though? Oh, he didn't say what trim level. Added kicker subwoofer. You'd think that'd be Larry and above.
Oh, Ragnar Khan said that dash that people are seeing is for the Chinese Bronco variant.
There we go. See, Ragnar always has an answer when it comes to Bronco stuff. So Ragnar is what's the highest degree of Bronco? He is the doctor of bronchology. He's a doctor of bronchology. I'm just
he has 2 PhDs in Bronco.
I just got a BS. Bachelor of Science.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a Bronco sport.
There you go. So, okay.
Last line of page 1.
So on the Lariat, it says B&O sound system by Bang & Olufsen. It says including subwoofer. There was a subwoofer before. That wasn't different. So I don't know if they were talking about that or not, but they've had the B&O audio sound system with 8-speaker will include a subwoofer. That was actually part of Job 1. So I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but all right, move on. Sorry, I have to.
Ragnar send me the link, and
For what?
Through email. He says you can't. YouTube blocks links, but Sarah can give you the link. So send me the link, Ragnar. Costco had a 2-door Bronco Outer Banks for $53 and $8K markup. Costco's selling cars now.
That's crazy.
What?
You don't want to look on our website. Unless you want to save money, don't look on our website.
The dashboards I have.
If you're a dealer out there and you're trying to mark up your vehicles and still get $8,000 for a Bronco, don't look at our website.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
The dashboards I've seen are on dealerships stateside.
I
Niall
haven't.
said, I believe there's a kicker subwoofer on Ford accessory for the F-150, but can't remember the exact year it fits.
It's a dealer installed option.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Software update. Just
And
kidding.
there goes RagnarCon. Haven't done my weekly stroll through the Lon McArthur website. Just so you know, we're over 60 Mavericks. So if you're looking for a Maverick, mainly XLT and Lariat.
We do have a couple XLs.
We sold one XL, so we
Oh,
only
yeah.
have one left.
Oh yeah, when we get an XL, it's gone. You better move fast.
It's an Eco Boost.
You better have your typing fingers ready. Because we got a hybrid, XL hybrid today.
Oh, wait, today?
Well, it'll probably show up tomorrow on the website.
I'm gonna go here.
It's not on the website yet.
Oh, I know it's not. That's not where I'm looking.
Our Google Doc.
Yep.
Yep. XL hybrid. I don't know what color. Bill had it. It's Bill's customer.
Oh, so we have an XL Eco Boost and an XL hybrid. Oh,
two
two
X-
XL hybrids.
Two XL hybrids.
Ooh,
One
jump,
that just showed
jump,
up on the
jump,
website.
Jump, people, come on, because our
I don't want to picture
hybrids.
it. I don't want to have to picture it. That's why. Just do it.
So, guys, our hybrids are at MSRP. Our Eco Boosts are under.
500 under. Yeah.
So if you're looking for an XL Eco Boost, it's 500 under. All you gotta do is email me at sarahdavis@lonmacarthur.com.
Yeah, there were a couple bunch of people took
Four?
advantage of that last week.
I got 4 people last week. Got 4 takers. Come on, can I get 60?
Yes. All right. Any other questions?
Here,
statements?
I got an email. That was the wrong button. Here we go. Oh, you have the email too.
Oh. I have 122 emails on the red right now.
Okay, well, this one was just sent like a couple seconds ago.
Oh, no, it just popped to 125.
There are 477 dealers in Canada. So 40
So,
out of
all I know is
477.
this year, I don't know. It says translate to, I don't know. What, did you get it? Come on.
Yeah, it's a link from RagnarCon. Go and click the
That?
attachment. Yeah.
I'm scared. I don't want to get a virus.
It's RagnarCon. Would he really have become friends with us and share all his knowledge just to send a virus to your computer?
All I know is I can't read it.
Oh, it's in Chinese. He can't read it.
Has a Bronco though. You can see that. I can EcoBoost 2.5 liter. I can understand that. And so there's some of these words that don't translate, like Bronco and established in 1966.
So, if you want to, Niles uploaded a flyby of our Maverick Row, one of the Maverick Row. We have 3 Maverick Rows, but one of the Maverick Rows Niles did a flyby on. So if you want to post that, people can do a little walk-by.
Where is that at? In our,
The Google Doc.
All right, you might need to tell me. Niles might need to tell me where that's at.
Niles, which folder?
I don't see it. Huh. I don't see it.
So Brandon asked if we're still doing 500 under MSRP. Is that what he gets when his vehicle comes in?
Sure. On EcoBoost. This is EcoBoost.
Yes, because he has the 4K.
I mean, it's like what we have online usually is because we have an overabundance or because they're so many days old. But since that's our pricing policy, on even 0-day ones, then we can do that too.
Yeah. He's
Just remind
supposed to
us.
have email time each day, but it usually gets pushed aside for other things.
I have to plan my email checking time.
File location is Livestream intro folder.
Is it the one that doesn't have a name to it?
I think so.
Let me look
Check
at it.
No.
Oh, we might be getting somewhere.
There we go. That one.
All right.
Discord's hot.
Oh, and then there's. Oh wait, that's inside. All right, let's download. We'll get this on here.
Oh, he sent me the link. We found it.
All right, I'm downloading it. See if I can upload it in here. See if it'll let me upload it as a video, or if I have to do it as a. As long as it's not too long, it'll let me do it.
Ha!
It's too long. Too large. Let me say present button. Video file.
So Ragnar says, life hack, just ignore my email, and if it's important enough, they'll just reach out to me directly. He said, seems the brand managers are also aware of this life hack.
All right, let's see if this will work.
There we go.
Can you take that off? There you go.
As you can see 2 rows there. We also have the front of McArthur, the entire front. Just Maverick.
That was just one row. Where's the other row? Is he going to come back? Oh.
No, he just did 1. So you can see there.
The left side along the street is all Mavericks.
Yeah, you can see
2
on
rows.
Yeah. So you can see the 1 row.
There's 1 row, and then on the other side is another row.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole row on the front line. Yep. I would say at this point we probably do have more Mavericks than anybody else. All right. Anyway.
I think Maverick takes up half the inventory.
Yep. All right. All right. How far are you from Dallas? Well, if you wait till spring break, maybe we'll drive it down to you. I don't know. We drive to. We went down to Hill Country.
Dallas. I
don't know.
I think Niles could tell you. He's from Texas. Niles, how far is it to Dallas from here? Do you know? I'll look it up. 6-ish hours. Oh, it's only that far? That's like going to Denver.
Yeah.
What?
So we're still 30 units ahead of second place year to date.
Let's sell all 60.
We've already sold over 100 Mavericks this year. All right. Anyway, that's funny.
Niles is from Rockwell, Texas. Rockwall.
6-ish.
So,
all right.
Brandon's asking, would it be better to have 500 off MSRP or D plan?
Oh, D plan. So depending on the trim level, there's about $500 markup.
Is it?
So most of our EcoBoosts that have 500 off, they're basically like $100 over invoice. So D plan would be better.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
Why are so many of your customers turning down their ordered Mavericks, even though you have an excellent price?
A lot of different reasons. We've had some people, it's financial reasons. Some people already got theirs. They're tired of waiting.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait.
They, got in a wreck. They had to purchase something right then and there. They couldn't wait.
Some just haven't got it back to us.
Yeah. The main reason I feel like on the Lariat is the price increase due to the packages. A lot of our, non-takers are on Lariat, and it's because they're, what they're saying is, I ordered it just for the leather. I didn't want all these packages, but now it has all these and the price increase, and it's not protected.
Yeah. So in 23 model year, it wasn't required for you to get all the luxury package and all the other packages, you could go a Lariat without the Lux and everything, and it was that price. Well, then in 24 model year, now it's all standard, and they didn't give you any kind of, they gave you a private offer based on a fully loaded Lariat to a fully loaded Lariat. They didn't give you, so if you were somebody that was a Lariat without Lux and everything else in 23, and then 24, since it went up, they didn't give you a private offer for that difference of going up. So I think that's why we're seeing a lot of Lariat come available for one reason. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You could get a base Lariat and not have it loaded up. And now base Lariat is loaded.
Yeah.
Yep. Good short explanation. Are the batteries on old EVs still good?
An old EV still good? Like how old?
Well, I saw a video on a guy that had a 6-year-old Tesla. He had a 6-year-old Tesla, and it only lost about 30% of its battery range. Maybe not even 30%. Not even 30%. He said when he first got it, he could go 180 miles. Now he's down to 150.
A lot of it has to do with how that owner charged their vehicle. So if they did most of their charging at home and on a slower charger, so if you DC fast charge a lot, that's not good on the battery, right? You need to do it on trips. That's why you try to get off of that charger at 80%, 90%, is because that's better for your battery, for one thing, for two, longer time sitting there. But if you do most of your charging at home on a trickle charger or even a level 2 charging, it's better for your battery and longevity. It'll last longer. It'll have a higher percentage for a longer time. But if that person did a lot of, again, like I said, a lot of DC fast charging, then it's probably going to be worse on their battery, and their battery percentage probably has come down.
Yeah.
So just like with our phones, your brother is big. He's a big into electronics.
Yeah.
And he doesn't charge his phone at night. Right? Because a lot of us plug our phones in and we charge it all night. Well, probably 2 a.m., 3 a.m., it's fully charged. And you're not unplugging it. It's staying plugged in. And that's actually bad for your phones and bad for the battery longevity of your phones. Good management of that would be to unplug it before you go to bed and plug it in the morning when you wake up, so that your phone's not at 100% and you're still plugged in. So anyway, hopefully that explains that. Batteries of cars are similar.
Yeah. So he was saying, what if it sits on the lot?
His vehicle sits on a lot?
No, he's saying if job one sits on the lot, that type of old battery, it's been sitting on the lot for a while.
Oh, for if a Mach-E or whatever that sits there,
yeah,
looking for a Mach-E, that is about. I don't believe that it's bad on your battery for just to sit there if it's not being used and such. That should not be bad for your battery. So that shouldn't affect it. I forgot to switch that back to.
Yeah.
So that should be fine.
Yeah, I will say. So someone mentioned, our XLTs, not a lot of them have Copilot 360. Isn't that do our llama car the key leasing ones?
Yeah, we had a rental company that didn't take theirs, so we do have a bunch of those, and they might. They're kind of waiting because some of their vehicles that are in their fleet haven't hit their mileage that they need to, because they actually thought these were going to come in later.
Yeah.
And so those are available. So take advantage of that. We have some XLT hybrids, non-Lux, that are under 30,000.
Yeah.
Some of them are getting a herd because we got to get. So here's I want to talk about dealer installed and how it's and other options that Ford decides to do and how it affects dealerships production and such. We can talk about aftermarket. Now I can tell you this. Because Ford went ahead and just started including bed liners in these luxury packages now, drop-in bed liners and spray-in bed liners. Now we have a department that their job is to put in spray-in liners. 2023 model year, everybody added a spray-in liner to their vehicle when it came in. 2024 comes around, And most of the vehicles already have a drop-in liner or a spray-in liner. Guess what? Now our spray-in liner doesn't have as much to do.
Yeah.
So what do? We try to keep them busy by putting spray-in liners in some of the other vehicles. So we are going to add spray-in liners to some of those vehicles that are 29,410 and put a spray-in liner and keep it under $30,000.
Yeah.
So that I think 29,410 and what's it? That's 600. So he's going to actually discount that spray-in liner enough to keep it under 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a situation where what Ford does something that affects dealerships and their
Well, and I can tell
profitability in
you,
a sense. I mean, that's a profit our aftermarket's a profit center as well. You know, we may not make a lot out of each one of those, but it is something that we can purchase, and it keeps an employee, busy as well. We got a guy that does spray and liners, and that's what he does for a living, and
undercoat,
undercoats, yes,
which we don't get a lot of around here.
No. Anyway,
but
so there's that.
The drop-in liner is also a selling point for some. I've talked to two people where they don't want the drop-in liner. They think it looks tacky, although it doesn't look too different. But they don't want the drop-in liner. They want the spray and bed liner. Well, we still have to charge to install the spray and bed liner, and we don't give you a discount.
All right, Niles, don't forget. So Brandon just said, have you had an opportunity to do a film bed liner swap? We actually have someone that says, I don't want the drop-in liner. I want a spray-in liner. And so now we got to figure out who that customer is. And so we can record that because that's happening too.
Make sure.
Yeah. So, I mean,
yeah,
I'm going to do a video on the Maverick, some things that really, and it's not necessarily, I got to be careful that I make sure it's not me complaining and saying, Ford, you're doing things wrong.
Yeah.
But it needs to be an education for Ford because currently we are the number 1 Maverick dealer in the country. Yeah. We've already sold 100 Mavericks this year and 7 weeks out of the year. We're over 100 Maverick sales. With that many sales, we learn a lot from our customers. Mm-hmm. And having probably the biggest Maverick community live stream here as well, learning from you guys that have Mavericks and what they want. And what they don't want is they don't want the drop-in liner.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's not a complaint about the drop-in liner. I've heard from a few customers now that they don't want the XLT Lux package because it has the drop-in liner. It's what we're hearing from customers and what we're hearing from the people that we're talking to about these.
So
what isn't a selling point?
Well, here's the funny thing. 2022 model year, the Maverick Lux package included a spray and bed liner or a drop-in liner at the second half of the year. 23 model year, they said, oh, we're going to take that out. And we're not going to include that in the Lux package. Well, from the information that I received was that in 22, they thought they had production in line and then realized how many people actually got the Lux package, and they were not ready for that. That's why they removed it for 23 model year. But they said during 23 model year, they actually were able to get more employees and ramp up that production of spray and bed liner installation. And so then they brought it back to the Lux package and said, we're not going to have a problem. We're going to do it. They said we're not going to have a problem, but did you see in the scheduling information notes that I mentioned to you guys? Did you see what the constraints were? Where's it at? We're going to have some fun with this. Rant beginning right now. Okay, so if you look at the limited availability is the modular drop-in bed liner. So you're including these in the Lux packages. So now that is a limited availability. So does that limit your XLT Lux packages from being scheduled? Or is that a standalone drop-in liner? I don't know. But we said that. So if you also, I think there were some other things that said it was limited. So right now, they can't keep up with the production of the Lux packages. All the spray and bed liners are put in all the lariats and then drop-ins and all those. But yeah, so let's look here. What is the take rate of current? There's 13,800 unscheduled Maverick retail orders in the order bank. There's 17% that have the modular hard bed liner. Now, I don't know if that means non-Lux ones, right? Doesn't say that. It says 27% want spray and bed liner. But there you go. 2% want the load box bed liner. That's the bed tray liner. That's basically the bottom part of the the drop-in liner. Anyway, I don't know. So yeah, there you go. I don't know. I don't get for it. Just leave it off. Let people choose what they want.
Yep.
If they want a drop-in liner, I've always been against that. We saw that in Ranger. Bed utility package in the Ranger included a plastic hard liner, right? Why? Just make that a standalone option. That's giving the flexibility in that bed of what I want to happen. If you want to include the lights and all that, yeah. So there you go. I mean, everybody wants to choose what they want from their bed.
Yeah. Yep.
Most people are doing
'cause
spraying anymore, but
my opinion, when I get a truck, I don't add a spray and liner. I let it get roughed up, because to add in a spray and liner, you have to scrape up the paint anyways. Yeah. So I don't see a point in scuffing it up just to add something. So let it get scuffed up, let it get used. And I know the point is so that it doesn't rust because of those scrapes. But if you get to it in time and add that bed liner before it starts rusting, you're good. It's basically a sealant on it. Yeah. But that's my preference is don't add a spray and bed liner. Let it get scuffed up. Use it like a truck. Add the spray and bed liner when you're ready for it to, get freshened up. Someone was like, well, I would want to remove that. I'm like, you know what? My theology is, if I were to order a Maverick right now and it comes standard, Lux comes with that, because of course I'm getting a Lux for this power seats. I'm going to use that drop-in liner, let it get scuffed up, let it get used. Then when that doesn't look pretty anymore, remove it, let my bed get scuffed up, and then add a spray and bed liner years down on the road. I get the most out of my money that way. Yep. It's just my thought process
we actually did a
budget.
Poll one week, and we asked people which would they rather have between dropping in, and it was like hands down spray and liner. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. So yeah, that needs to change. I'd really like to see some other things. So what I want to do a video, like I said, maybe one of these Maverick Mondays, either next week or maybe the week after. We're gonna do some things that I think need to change in the ordering system for the Maverick. And one of those, some of those things that I'd like to see is that Copilot 360 Assist Plus package that needs to be available in XLT, and it also needs to be available in the Lariat, but not require it on the Lariat, not be included.
Yeah.
Right. So I think Lariat needs to go back to like it is on the F-150 and everything else, where Lariat is your trim level, where you get your leather, you get your different look, your luxury look inside, and maybe even outside with a different wheel that you don't get on XLT, and then allow people to choose the Copilot 360 Assist Plus package. They may choose it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Right. But that, just like in a Badlands, you can go Badlands premium package, but you don't have to go Copilot 360 Assist Plus package. So on a Bronco Sport. So again, I'm mirroring Bronco Sport here. You can go Bronco Sport Badlands. You don't have to add the premium package, and you don't have to add the Copilot 360, and one doesn't require the other. So if you want Copilot 360 Assist Plus and you don't want premium, you can do that in a Bronco Sport. Why can't you do it on a Maverick? It's silly. And then why not be available on XLT? It's available on the Bronco Sport. I got a Bronco Sport Big Ben to picture today, a used one, right? And you can get the Copilot 360 Assist in the Bronco Big Ben. And I'm just like, you don't have to go up to the convenience package.
Yeah.
And by the way, right now, Bronco Sport has a major constraint on the convenience package. But do you know what's not constraint? It's that Copilot 360 Assist Plus package, because they don't make it a requirement in the upper trim level. So they have it available on all the others, and they're still not constrained on it. Or, anyway. And then also they need to do, in my opinion, XLT needs to be separate. You need to get people, you need to find a way that people want to go XLT versus an XL, because you got a major issue. You got a lot of people choosing XL because of some of that features. I think Copilot 360 Assist, or the Copilot 360, should not be available on XL. Make that an XLT option. and that might
Yeah.
that might weigh people to go to. Actually, I think what you need to do is make the Copilot 360 standard on XLT and Lariat.
Yeah.
So that's a big bump going to, and don't change the price though, right? Hey, I can always wish for things, right? Don't change the price. Just give us that as standard, and then that'll get people to go to XLT. Because when you look at the $2,000 price difference to go from XL to XLT, and you're saying, what do I get? A different wheel, maybe a different look on the outside. Well, if you added the Bliss, that's $650. That's a nice bonus, and some of those other things. But you need to have some definite benefits from going up to that. I don't know. We'll do a video on that.
Yeah.
But I might need your guys' help. So send me some information. Send us things that you'd like to see on that. I'll probably put a Maverick Truck Club post. Hey, putting together a video on things that I think should be changed in the ordering system for the Maverick. Hey, what are some things that you wish were not available for you on your particular Maverick? And put them in the comments, and maybe we'll post that tomorrow and get people's reaction on that, so we can use that for help and assist in some things, because I may be totally wrong. Take the Cruise off the XL. 22 model year, the Cruise was not available. Ridgeview was one that went from XL to XLT for that cruise control.
Yep.
And that was a big reason that I know that his son and daughter's Mavericks were XLT instead of XL.
Yeah.
For that cruise control. And maybe that would help. Either that, or you've got to ramp up production for XL. If you're going to leave it the same, then you've got to be ready. You've got to be saying, hey, we could produce 40% XLs, one or the other. Either ramp up your XL production and be ready for it, or do something that makes people choose XLT over XL.
Yep.
All right. What else we got?
We are tempted to cancel our XL hybrid schedule for the week of April 22 for the right combination. It looks like Hot Pepper Red Lariat Black Appearance package was sold, leaving only Azure Gray Lariat of interest. So, he was looking at our Mavericks.
Oh.
Keep a lookout. We might, you never know when one becomes available that matches what you want.
Yeah.
Other than that, Mom says it's her Bronco. We all know it. Are there any current or upcoming promos on Bronco besides $1,000 off?
$1,000 off Bronco. What are you talking about? We're like $3,000 off.
Well, is there an incentive right now for $1,000 off?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so if you're seeing $1,000 off,
there's probably the ICIs. They made it available on Broncos, but it's like $750.
Yeah, but other than that,
we
no.
have. I mean,
and Ford doesn't.
Don't want to get me started on our Broncos, because we
Yeah.
have Broncos, all different big bends. We have some Outer Banks. I think even we have all kinds of different Broncos, and ours are like $3,000 off.
Yeah.
Right. I'll tell you something like that. Hey,
I will tell you,
we're
Ford
putting on the
doesn't.
live stream. We're staying late for you guys, so I might sell a little bit of our inventory, but we actually have.
There are Bronco incentives
13.
in select markets, probably not Tim's market.
That's right. So there's 13 Broncos in stock at our dealership, and we have some that are $5,500 off, $4,500 off. We had a Heritage Edition, $1,500 off. That's a good deal, folks.
What's that price?
Well, it's still $50,000. Not bad. Okay, so I think the Bronco Heritage Edition is a good deal.
Yes.
Because you're basically Big Ben with Sasquatch with a modular hardtop that's painted.
It's pretty.
That gray one we have.
Oh.
Now, I'm not a big carbonized gray fan, but with the white, I think it looks so good. $50,000 is a pretty darn good deal. When you think about, so let's think about what that would be in an XLT or a Big Ben. It's not that much of an increase to go Heritage Edition. I think Heritage Edition is one of those bargains, and you can't order one anymore.
Yeah.
So if you find one at a dealer, you should scoop it up if they're around MSRP, and we're actually below. Now ours, I will preface this that ours does have $1,000 of financing required If you don't finance it, we'll go up $1,000, but you're still below MSRP on a Heritage Edition. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
nuts. But $2,000 on our fresh ones, our fresh units. But wow, check out those. And our 23s. There's the ticket. So we have 3 2023s. Actually, we have more than that. Okay, so our 2023s are $4,500 or more off. So we got to get rid of those. And then our 24s are $2,000 off. That's the difference right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so $2,000 off on our 24s unless it's a Heritage Edition, and then $4,500 to $5,500 off on our 23 Broncos. Still, I think one of the best ones out there is that Badlands 2-door Velocity Blue with all the different add-ons.
Yeah.
It's Sasquatch as well. $5,500 off. So $6,100, $61,000, not $6,100, $61,000.
You know the steal of a deal on that Heritage is why I want the Heritage, right?
That's
I keep saying eventually when I'm ready for a new vehicle, I'm going to be looking for a Robin's Egg Blue Heritage Edition Bronco because it has everything I need to keep up with you and just add a lift kit.
So we have a 2023 Big Ben for $49,800.
Still out of my price range.
So you're talking 50,000 for a Heritage Edition. It was 52. Now it's 50,000. That's pretty good deal. Anyway, all right. What else we got? Anything else?
No.
All questions?
Yeah, that's all of our questions.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Did everybody get to see our? Who didn't get to see our
The intro. You want to do an outro with it?
Do an outro with it. Hey, I'm good. Without my.
Yeah. Without your audio.
Yeah.
All
The audio.
right.
All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll play that sucker on the way out. If I can find it.
Yeah, get used to that.
Right there. All right.
All right.
The Ford Video Guide pack. We haven't sold one Ford Video Guide package on the Maverick anyway.
Brandon wants it.
Oh yeah. Well, you might get a Ford Video Guide Maverick.
If you want a trimmer in Avalanche Gray.
All right. Anyway. Okay. So I think that's about it. So pretty good live stream. Hopefully got some good information out of it, and hope you guys have a great week. Gonna get that Explorer videos and a F-150 trimmer eventually video as well, so you can order those up. Other than that, I think that's all I have. If you guys don't have any other questions.
I guess there was one miss. Are the Maverick XL seats different in comfort than the XLT and above?
Actually, I did a Maverick Monday video yesterday.
Yeah.
We actually looked at the interior of all the different kinds. So we have an XL, XLT, and a Lariat interiors. I showed the interiors of all those, plus an interior of a black appearance package, XLT and Lariat black appearance package, as well as a trimmer Lariat. So check that video out because we actually showed the seats in the XLT and the seats in the XL.
Okay.
To me, they look the same.
Yeah.
They just looks like to me they have different seat covers, but I think the seats themselves are the same.
All right. And if you were gonna rewind to see that intro, we're
gonna
doing
play
it
it now.
Yep. So you won't miss it.
Yeah. So we'll do it on the way out here. All right. Well, thank you guys very much, and I hope you guys have a great week. Stay positive, be kind to one another,
And be kind to yourself.
and we'll see you later.